Hello and welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. Now today I'm going to have a look at a puzzle that appears in a magazine that I very rarely get, but having been through an airport recently to go on holiday, I picked up a copy of Beyond Sudoku by Puzzler.com, which is an interesting magazine. It has one or two Sudoku puzzles in it that are classics, and then it has a number of variants of Sudoku, and quite a number of type puzzles, like Star Battle and that sort of thing. And it's really a very entertaining mix. Amongst the variants that it always seems to have in it is one called Take 5, which I've never seen anywhere else. And I thought I would have a go at this one for you. Now, the rules are fairly simple. Each row and column has a clue, and in the clue are 5 digits which must appear in that order, although obviously not consecutively. That would give far too much away, I suppose, in the relevant row or column. So 6, 4, 5, 9, 3 must appear in that order down this column. That's all we know, and no givens in the grid at all. So I'm going to have a go at this. That one of the interesting features of this puzzle, and why I've decided to do it for some reason, is that I always seem to make mistakes at this, or maybe not always, but regularly. So let's see how it goes this time. I'd also be very interested to know if everybody's prone to making mistakes when doing this sort of puzzle. So if you've had a go at it first before looking at the recording of the solve from the link provided in the description, I'd be very interested to know how you got on. So here we go. Now, what you can often do is find a common digit amongst the 3 clues within a box going in the same direction. So here, there's a 9 in each of the 3 clues, and a 3 actually. Ah yes, and now the 3 is useful, because the 3 in column 2 and 3 appears in the first 2 digits. Now that means that to be in order, the 3 cannot be in the bottom box. So none of these 6 cells can contain a 3, and therefore the 3 in this box must be in the first column, and it must therefore be in one of these 2 cells with a 2 below it. This one can't be a 2 because this has a clue of 76254. In fact, this one can't be a 3 because there has to be an 8 before the 3. So we can fix 3 and 2 there. Doesn't particularly help with the other answers within this set. But it's a start down here at least. Now, those digits don't appear in their clues for rows 8 and 9. Is there anything else we can deduce about 5, 9, 4, 6, 8? Well, 5 can't go here or here because the clues have 5s in them and not at the end. It can't go anywhere as far as here, so the 5 in this row has to either be in column 2 or 5, where it's not mentioned in the clue. Now, if it was here, this would be 9, this would be 4, this would be 6, this would be 8. Oh, I was hoping to rule one of those out, but they're all possible given the clues above. So that wasn't quite as helpful as I was hoping. So let's resume. I don't think the 9s are that helpful. One of the 9s appears in 3rd place, and that means you can't really rule out what box it can't be in, as it were. 6, 4, 5. We've got 7s in all of these. Not that helpful. Although 7s appear at the end of 2 of them. Actually, yeah, I mean, what I was going to say is 7s appear at the end of 2 of these clues, and therefore the 7 in the middle clue has to be in the top box, because it can't be in the top box for the others. But since it's the first digit in that clue, it doesn't really tell us all that much. However, the fact that one of these both of them end in 7, and therefore one must end in 7 in this box, because there can only be one 7 in this box. So you either have 6, 4, 5, 1, 7 or 3, 1, 8, 5, 7. Now, what I'm going to do to kind of try and remind myself of that is put 7s in the possible locations in the central box where it must be. It must be in one of those. But I'm not sure that helps. Now, what I have noticed is that we have 6s in the first two, in the first position in row 2 and 3. So the last 6 must be, in the end, it can only be in one of those two. Oh, but look, this is interesting. I don't know if you'll have spotted this. Every row clue has got a 6 in it, and only in one of them does it appear in the last position. So the only possible place 6 can be in column 9 is here, because in every other across row there has to be a number after 6 in the row. In fact, there's an awful lot of 6s in the clues. I wonder if that's meant to help us in some way. Just 1 or 2 of them don't have 6s in. So, obviously, oh no, we don't know which. Right, again, similarly to this thing with the 7s, one of row 2 or 3 must begin after the first box. So, we could... and the 9... Yeah, let's have a look at the numbers above. 6, 5, 8, 7, 4, 6, 9, 2, 3, 1. 6, 5, 8, 7, 4, and 6, 9, 2, 3, 1. 9. The 9 that goes with whichever. Oh no, if it was 6, 9, 2, 3, 1, it would have to be. If 6, 9, 2, 3, 3, 1 was the row that began after box 1, it would have to go like that, because the 9 couldn't be here, nor could the 6, funnily enough, because they both appear after the first 2 digits of this clue. If this was 6, 5, 8, 7, 4, what do we know about that? This couldn't be a 5 because of that clue. So 8, 7, 4 would have to be there. Then this box would have to be 928, 537, 614. That does work. Ooh, it's quite attractive. I'm kind of tempted to put that in. Wow, and it would work for the 69231 as well. Maybe I can prove that it couldn't be 69231. If that had to be 231, that would have to be 956 at the top. Well, this would have to be 874 in that order as well. That's interesting. So whether this is 874 or 231, because of these clues, we'd have to have 9 and 5 here. So these are, in fact, whichever of those is true. My God, that's weird. That can't be the 5. It would have to be 6, 5 there. So we either get 6, 9 there or 6, 5 there. But whichever of those is true, this is the only way we can fill this box. What a weird conclusion. I'm not sure if one's meant to have to reach that conclusion or if it just happened. The trouble is that because most of these numbers appear in their clues, they're not actually all that helpful for the rest of the grid, but 8 up here cannot be there. 2 cannot be there. Oh, we knew that. So The trouble is I'm going to kind of have to mix notations here if I was to put in the cells where 8 can be and the cells where 2 can be, which are 2, 3, and 4, and the cells where 1 can be. Well, I mean, it does at least prove that 1 must be in that row. And that's at least interesting enough to prove that 1 must be in row 3 in this box. It can't be here because of that clue. So it must be either there or there. Both of those are possible. They would still allow 6, 5, because that would be a 1. And both of them would obviously not affect 6, 9 up here. Now, 6 being here or here, 4 can't be there. So we have to get 6, 4, 5, 1, 7. So 4 must be in this box. And in fact, 7 can no longer be in this box, because this can't be a 4 because of that 4. This can't be a 4 because 6 has to be above it, and that can't be a 6. So 4 can only begin at best in this column in row 4, and that wouldn't allow 7 to appear in the same box. So we can get rid of those 7s. We know that this is the box that has 3, 1, 8, 5, 7, and because of the 3, 1 we've put in row 2, we can now establish that that's 3, 1, 8, 5, 7, like that. 7 appears in this box somewhere. Actually, it can't be the top one because of its own clue. Right, now, again, we could still have 6, 5 or 6, 9 there. We haven't ruled that out in any way. But this 8, 5, 7 here, now that is interesting, because to combine that with the 5 in this clue, the 5 cannot be in this box. Can't be here because that would put a 6 up here. So 5 must go in the bottom box, which gives us 5, 1, 7 down there. That's not a 5 anymore. We can't have 5 in this box. This must be where the 5 begins in row 9. Excellent. Well, that's something at least. Now we mustn't forget to do some normal Sudoku as well at some points, although I don't think we've quite got enough to do that with yet. 5 here. Actually we have 5 there and 5 there. Means that 5 here has to be either here or here, but it can't be here because of the clue. There's a 4 after it. And in fact, the 4 after it has to be there. It can't be there because of the 4 we got in there. So now we need to fit 7, 6, and 2 in these remaining 4 cells. I don't think this can be 6 because of its clue. So that must be the 6 with 7 there. One of these is a 2. Again, that same clue stops that being a 2. And 2 is there. These 2 must be 8, 9 in some order. Now we've got to get 5, 9, 4, 6, 8 in here. The 4 can't go in the final box, so that must be in one of those. The 9 must be here. It can't be here because of that clue, obviously. So that's 9, 4. That resolves our 8, 9 pair in row 8. Now we've got 6, 8 to fill in there, but we don't know the order. We've also got to put a 3 in because there's a 3 there. So one of those must be the 3, obviously not that, given the 3 up there. So now we've got a 1, 2, 7 set, and it's got to have 2, 7 in order, and 2 can't be in column 7 because of the 2 already in column 7. Excellent. We can fill in 3, 6 by normal Sudoku there. We've got 8, 9, 4 to fill in here. This one can't be 4 or 8 because 9 has to come after them, so it must be the 9. 9, 3, 5, 4, 6. Don't think we can quite resolve the other 2 boxes yet. I might be wrong about that, but that's what it looks like to me at the moment. Now, that's quite good progress. We need a 3 in after the 7, but more importantly, perhaps we need 8, 4, 6 in before it. 6 has to be there or there. And it can't be there, so the 6 must be there. 8 and 4 I can't be so sure about. Well, that can't be 4. So one of those two is a 4. But all I know about 8 is that it's in the first box. That at least puts an 8 into this box in row 5, but I don't know which way round they go. 4, 9, 1, 6, 8. Yeah, no, that's not all that helpful yet. Now we need to get a 6 up here. Oh yes, we know about this. Still we don't. Oh yes, that has to be a 9 now. That doesn't yet prove that that's a 6. This could still be 6, 5 here, I think. Yeah. So we've got 3, 9, 1. This can't be a 1 anymore, at least. 6, 5. Yeah, that could be a 6. Okay. Now, how about down here? The 9 isn't very late, so 8 must be in one of those two cells. And in fact, it can't be in that one because of its own clue. So 8 is there. 4, 3, 6, 8. 3 must be here or here. 6 must be here or here to be after the 3. 4 must therefore be in the top box. It can't be there because of that 4. So it's in one of those two cells for that column. Oh, it's a pity not to know. This is 9, 3, 5, 4, 6. And 9 can't be in row 1 or 2 because we've already got 9s in row 1 or 2. So 9 can only be in one of those two. 3 in one of those two. 5 in one of these two, but not that one because there's a 5 in that row already. So 5 must be there, and that resolves the 4, 8 pair. Good. And across here, 8, 4, 6, 7, 3, the 4 now has to fit in the last remaining cell between the 8 and the 6. 4, 5, 1, 7. Now, by regular Sudoku, these have to be 3 and 9 as a pair, and that makes these 2 and 1. Now, can we rule one of them out? Could this be 6, 3, 2, 1, 5? Yeah, that is possible. In fact, the 5 has to be there. And this clue has been telling us for ages, which I hadn't noticed, that this has to be a 3. So that resolves those last 3. 5, 3, 7, 2, 4, 8. We've got 1, 6, 9 down here. This can't be a 6. It can only be 1 or 9. That can't be an 8 anymore. The 8 must be there. That puts a 2 here, which fixes the 3. Got 7 and 4 to put in here. This can't be a 4 because of that clue. So that's 7. 1, 6, 9. That's a 1, 9 pair as well. So the 6 goes there. This is either 1 or 9. Quite tempting to put a 9 in because of this clue, but let's do it logically all the way through so we don't make any possible mistakes. Now, where can the 9 be in this row? It can only be in one of these two cells. So interestingly, we've got 3, 9 pairs. No, they're not necessarily pairs because of the notation we're using. So let's just keep on logically. 6, 5, 8, 7, 4 in row 3. Where can 5 go? Well, look at the 5s below in these rows. In those columns, I mean, it can only be there. Now we have to fit 7, 2, 6, 3, 9. Yeah, we know that. That's not very helpful. 6, 4, 5, 1, 7. We've almost effectively stopped using those clues. Now, 9, 3, 5, 4, 6 here. So this can't be the 9 because that would be below the 3. So the 9 in that row is there. That fixes 3 there, which takes 3 possibilities out of those cells. Now I think 3 can't be there because 9 has to be above it. 3 has to be there. 3, 9, 5, 7, 6, 8. We have to have 4 before it. That can't be a 6. I don't know why I ever thought it could. So in fact that fixes that as a 6, that as a 3. Have to 6, 3, 8, 4, 5. 6, 3, 2, 1, 5 in this clue. Right, that's very helpful. Okay, and now we must be on the finishing track. That's the 1. Got 9, 7 to go in here, but the clue here proves it's a 9. That's good. It's 8 and 2 by normal Sudoku, and I think probably normal Sudoku rules will get us home for the rest. 4, 3, 6, 8, 9. Actually, I'm still using the clues, so that may not necessarily have been the best advice, but anyway, 5, 7, 6. Well, certainly not advice I was following. Right, there we go, and this is the resolution of this puzzle. I mean, I really don't find them easy, and maybe they are easier than I seem to find them when I do them, but at least I didn't make a mistake, as rather predicted there. I think that's the correct solution. As I say, do let us know in the comments if you find that kind of puzzle easy to break or make a mistake in, or indeed easier to do than I do. Sorry, pardon the ferry outside my window. Thanks very much for watching, and please do subscribe to this channel if you like the content. Let us know what you do and don't like about the channel. Always interesting. And do feel free to sponsor us on Patreon if you can manage. We're at Cracking the Cryptic there. There's a bit of extra content. So thanks very much for watching, and hope to see you again soon. Bye now.